Hello and welcome. Today is September 23rd, and this is the C4C GTPBL Friday meeting. And there are lots of beautiful people here, and we've all arrived to discuss GTPBL things. And there are two sort of items. We're going to talk about the website collab and resurrecting. This word came up re-embracing our website and getting some good sort of data architecture, and we've got a good Miro board to go over. And then the second thing, at least that we'll talk about, are the C4C payouts, and the Treasury Guild is on the case and is making some activities. Does anybody else have anything while now we're recording to bring up? Let's see. Okay. And which one should we do first?
Let's start with the payouts.
Yeah.
You can bring it up. If you go to our Discord server, under Community Bounties, there is a channel here called Transactions. And this is where the Treasury Guild has connected their automation. And last week, I got them set up with our wallets, so they're able to pay stuff out. So you can see here, Treasury Guild outgoing, Cardano Climate Fund 8, onboarding through events, marketing and PR. We paid 450 ADA out to our marketing people. And that would be Abe and his sister. And then we also agreed at a previous meeting to send a donation of 600 ADA to Pike in Malawi. So we have sent that as well. So Treasury Guild has sent out the 2 authorized payments, and then we're currently working on doing stuff for the Fund 7. We have the community, we have the hub, and then we have the Fund 7 events. So those are all closed out, so we should pay those out once we get the numbers correct. And then we'll move on to the Fund 8 stuff for hub and events. And then we still have some ongoing stuff that I think we should probably talk about here as well, which the website is a part of, which is the community collaboration standards funded proposal and how to keep doing that. But yeah, and also since this is the GTPBL kind of group, maybe we should talk a little bit about how things are going with the gimbals and our experiment, and what we should do to move to the next phase with that. Because I know we're assigning some ADA for community participation in meetings. I've been looking at the DWork bounties, and maybe a quarter or a fifth of the people attending actually click on it and claim those bounties. So it's not like well utilized. So that's another thing that I'd love to talk about is how do we onboard to DWork in a better way? And just to briefly mention that, let me see if I can find it.
Yeah, the number, while you find it, the number of folks like that are attending the weekly meeting, which we have like a gimbal incentive. Yeah, there's just a few folks that are doing it, so it might be worth, because typically we just sort of mention it, and if they don't know, then they may not jump into it. But it might be worth just like, oh, hey, look, these are gimbal tokens. This is where it came from. This is what you can do with them. And that might be a good process.
Mm-hmm.
I don't even know where I know I've collected some, but I don't even know where they are, like which wallet and sort of. So it might be fun to just sort of track them down and see where they are. And then I see you're still working. Okay.
Yep.
It would okay. Here we go.
Started a document here called using DWork, and starting to map out like how you get started. Like you need to be on our Discord, so there's a link there to do that. And then when you go to DWork, you can click on Open App, and then Connect, and then you connect with your Discord handle, which will bring up the screen, and then you click Authorize, and then you can get into our DWork. So I'm starting to put together kind of a flow chart of how to actually use this stuff. And maybe that will be helpful. Maybe we put a bounty on actually doing this first step and say 100 gimbals, go and set yourself up and do work, just to incentivize people to go through that small tutorial. But I think it'd be great to get more participation there, because I think there's stuff in there that we can put, especially for the website, the collaboration standards thing, just open it up to the community for people to jump in and help. And making that as easy as possible.
Yeah.
And I guess we should talk a little bit about the monthly reports that are due tomorrow and how we're doing with that.
Monthly reports. Yep, that's right. And also closeout reports.
Yeah, I got a little update on those. Both the closeout reports are pretty much done. I think we just are finishing up some wording on the community hub one. The video I finished last evening, the slideshow's finished. We just need someone to kind of record the slides. That should be pretty easy, and then I can drop the video in and we can submit that.
Nice. Is this for the Fund 8 or the Fund 7?
Fund 7, but because Fund 8 are so similar to Fund 7, we can pretty much just use the slideshow, change the data that's within there, and then use pretty much make a similar video really quickly. And so that should be really quick to kind of get done within like the next week or so.
So we did for the video called it, but the docs, we did 2 docs, and then but the presentation is 1. You can take them through the presentation, maybe, because you want us to go through that just to see that everyone confirmed that.
Yeah.
Cool.
And then because we thought make 1 presentation, then called it incredible video. Yeah, so this is basically a closing video for both of them, for both Fund 7 Community Hub and events. Next slide speaks about the community events with a summary of what we did, what we committed for, and what we did. Right. Next slide is the community hub. So it's a list of what we committed for and what we did, and something we didn't do. But I think that's quite nice to see it in a list. And that was one of what we said we do months 1, months 2, months 3. But it's kind of in a list. Next one is kind of some stat that we collected through this period. Maybe we can add there some stat period February to May, right? 2022. So it's not now. Just for the period of the event.
Add what? Just 2022? Sorry.
February to May, right? Or February to April. February, March, April. Yeah, February to April, maybe 12. Right, the 3 months. 2022. And then the next slide is the great video we put some challenges as well. And then next slide is the great video that called it. The kind of video of all the examples of the.
I could play it quick if you'd like to see, or
do it. Yeah.
Go for it. It's 5 minutes, but go for it.
Can you hear this?
No.
No. You may have to reshare and do the audio.
I'll do that real quick.
But basically, put some short video from each speakers in the event, which is very, very nice done. It's a lot of work.
Hosted by Cardano for Climate through Catalyst, the platform committed. Welcome to our first event, Catalyst Sustainability Goals, hosted by Cardano for Climate through Catalyst, the platform committed to generating the highest levels of community innovation. Individuals from across the world are coming together to address humanity's greatest challenge. Our goal is to support all proposals and projects related to climate change action on Cardano, the blockchain that aims to be energy efficient and environmentally sustainable. What began as a challenge has grown into a community, Cardano for Climate. The mission of Cardano is to make the world better, work better for all. Our goal is for Cardano to make the world work better for all people, animals, and the planet.
It's Cardano versus Bitcoin in terms of energy consumption. Cardano uses 10,000 times less electricity per transaction. And just as a comparison, because I did the math a little bit myself, so if you have one transaction on the Cardano blockchain, it's still not nothing, but you're using about 0.18 kilowatt hours, which means you have to boil your kettle for about 3 minutes. Whereas if you are doing a transaction, a single transaction on Bitcoin, that uses approximately 1,660 kilowatt hours, and you would have to boil your kettle 23 days.
Looking at Project Catalyst, some of you may know it's the world's largest decentralized innovation fund. And we have been looking at whether or not the proposals of Fund 6, the funded proposals, connected to the UN SDGs.
I want to explore, based on my experience at the previous organisation and the work I'm doing now, how we get to cooperation on climate change. And really for me, I feel climate change is a failure of cooperation. I mean, cooperation is about working together, acting together.
Maybe,
so it's
maybe
really
slightly, but it's pretty good. You know, like I think that
together for the
background
betterment of a project or for a better outcome.
There is a special guy who actually dedicated a big chunk of his life
Yeah,
to,
cool. I don't know if we
planting
need
trees,
to
and
play all of it.
Yeah,
it's fine to dedicate the
but yeah,
don't know.
it is
Yeah.
there. And it's
yeah,
has a
show
lot
the
of
end. Show the end. Yeah.
I think it's amazing work. We added also the 2 closing reports to the link here if you want to review
regenerative
them.
farming practice.
And I just added this cool little part at the
Tell
end.
you know, his grandmother was doing on the farm.
There you go. Yeah, nice.
I love the
snail.
the snake. Yeah.
That was awesome.
But yeah,
Well done, Cole.
and yeah, I'll actually, it did seem some of them are like a little softer voices than others. So
Right.
maybe I'll just do the sound a tad bit down, and I'll repost that today, and that'll be good to go.
So,
And what do you
we
need to finish it off? Do you just need somebody reading the slides?
Yeah, just kind
Yeah.
of reading the slides. That should be super quick and easy, just like a quick little video recording, and then I can drop the video within where slide 5 is, and then we can submit that right away. I can share the slides too right here.
you man.
No,
Who
don't worry. Come
who you
on.
pointed?
All right,
I'm
I'm
going-
happy to read the slides. Just
No, unfortunately, you have the nicest voice.
You do.
All
You have
about
the
that.
nicest voice.
That's
so
what we were saying.
gotta get you on there.
it's the microphone.
Ooh.
Oh, yeah. That's the microphone. Sure.
But if you can read through that and just before the video say this is example of some of the speakers in the event, and then
Yep.
and just explain that it's both of them together. And I
Okay.
think we are done. Yeah. Thanks to Cole that was pushing it. Cole was there every time, Yoram, we need to do it. Yoram, what should we do? I'm going to do the video. And I said, okay, let's do it, Cole.
Yes.
Thank you very much for that.
Yeah, definitely not fun doing them, but it's good. Yeah, good transparency to the community, and
Get it all
I
out
think getting them done like helps us probably get more votes towards Cardano for climate proposals too. Just because we're getting stuff done on time, and
there. Exactly. Hey, let's move. We did payouts. Now we've talked about a little bit about the closing reports. What about the monthly reports? Do we need help with that? I know that that's like a thing.
Mhm.
We've got I've posted, I've done some of the from the past in the Google Drive. There's a couple of folders with previous reports, and I built, basically I took the stats, like screenshots of like the YouTube and Twitter and some other things, and sort of just updated. So if you need something to submit in the file upload, there's something there for you. I can post that in the chat really quick.
Okay, and I went through and I created dework tasks for each of the 4 closeout reports.
Monthly reports.
Or the monthly
these are
reports?
monthly reports.
Yeah. So, has anybody done any of them yet? I was just going to jump in and start doing them today.
Yeah. If we need, let's just do them. I mean, we are 4 here, 5 here.
Yeah.
So if just 4 of us can take each one, and let's just do it. Or more if someone wants to do more.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm happy to do the community collaboration standards.
Do you guys have a spot where you keep track of all the past ones you've submitted?
Yes, we have a spreadsheet.
Okay.
I think they're linked in the D-work tasks. Let me double check.
I have a challenge only with one of them. Again, as I mentioned every week almost, is with the onboarding one questionnaire, which we're probably going to start applying it for Fund 10. But we need someone to lead it. We need some. It's not very complex. Just need someone to take the lead on that.
What is it?
So what is that, Yoram?
It's the onboarding through a questionnaire. So we basically there we need to say that for new people coming on board, we do a questionnaire for them. We need to prepare it. How did they get there? How did there's a full questionnaire, and then we do the questionnaire again after a few weeks. I mean, there's kind of a very detailed process there, which is not complex, and it can be very helpful to get information from people. How did they get, for example, to Cardano for Climate, and how they can get engaged and all of that.
So this is for impact onboarding?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
And so, yeah, I mean, if no one takes it, in the next few weeks, I will take it, but I would love someone to take it.
And just for the people working on the reports, each one of these 4 has a task to do the IOG monthly report for September. If you open it, I put in a link to the form to fill out. Cole talked about the proposal tracker, so there's a link here to that. And then the idea scale proposal itself, if you need to refer back to that. So I did a little bit of prep to make it as easy as possible. But basically, we have this spreadsheet, and every month, this will be September. This is our last one. So just check it off after you finish it, and then we'll know they're all done. And then the next step for each of these is the closeout video. Although some of them are probably going to continue, like community collaboration standards and impact onboarding will continue, but we should be able to close out hubs and events.
Yeah, definitely. Hubs and events we can close up in the next couple of weeks or so. I mean,
yeah. And I can help with that again because we already have all those. This from Fund 7, like resources from them.
Right.
And I mean, there was a period that we did some questionnaire and so on, right? Also for the impact list, and but so we did some work around that, but it was not specifically to the specific proposal, funded proposal. Yeah. So that's the only one that kind of, for me, we need to give a big push on that, from now to the next couple of months.
Yeah.
So it's a nice one. It's not a complicated one. It's a very nice one with a lot of value.
So do you want to take that one, Yoram, to just do the report and talk about next steps?
Yeah, but I would love to have someone. Yeah, I will do that. But I would love to have someone then taking the lead on the project itself.
If you can, or I'll look at the ideal scale, and I could maybe help support someone as lead on that project, or do it with some, yeah.
Okay, so now I need to go to the DRAP, right?
The D-work?
Yeah.
Sorry. DRAP, D-work.
and then also, let's see. Yeah, if you go to because if we need, does someone have oh, okay, that's the closing. Oh, yeah. Okay. My brain's locking up.
All right. So we have hub and events to write up a report for this month.
You know, I'll do the events. I'll do the September event, the monthly event one.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then we just have hubs. Do you want me to take hubs?
Yeah, that would be cool.
Yeah, if you could, cool, that would be awesome.
Yeah, I can do that. Yeah.
And look in there. So if you look in that that G Drive folder, did I create? No, I didn't. But you'll be able to see like a little slideshow from last one's, where it basically, oh no, I just didn't give it the right name or something. Anyway, look in that folder. There's stuff for the community hubs. It basically has the analytics from YouTube. It has like all of our Telegram member, you know, from the working team, the main group, the education, the logistics, and the GTPBL, which I think are the Telegram groups, and the YouTube statistics. Oh, Twitter, Telegram, and YouTube. I'm gonna write that down. And I did these last night. This is Telegram. And because basically you'll need something to send in as an attachment. And this is YouTube. Yeah. And I'm going to rename this as September update. Cool. All right, that feels good. Nice. We knocked that out. And I'm going to do the events. I just need to make a note of that. I'll do that after.
Can you share the link for the viewer?
Here you go.
Cool. Yeah, that's awesome. Let's talk if everyone is willing, let's talk website updates and sort of information, documentation, knowledge management. I'm always down to talk about that.
All righty. So we have a mural board for coming up with ideas and collabs. Just to talk about what's happened already. We had some actions we took from last time. Check if our website is WordPress ready already. I checked with Jim and he confirmed that it is a WordPress site, and he was able to give me some admin rights there. So we confirmed that. He also was really nice and went in and set up Cardano Press for us, which is a plugin that's been created by Pete Bowie, one of the Cardano ambassadors from, I think he's in Singapore. Or no, he's in Australia. And it actually makes WordPress websites Web3 enabled. So you can actually log in with your wallet. And what that does is we can program our website to check for the existence of NFTs or tokens in the connected wallet and unlock parts of the website for those people that hold those. So we can actually start to do really cool things with our website based on Cardano stuff. So that's available for us. So we just need to set up API keys with Blockfrost and a few other things, and we can get stuff like that going. Like we could have a special internal area for working teams to have our roles and materials. We can have public open areas. We can discuss how we want to do that, but it'll open up that kind of ability for us. And maybe we have, like, if you hold a special access NFT, you can see how the C4C stake pool is doing and the statistics and delegations and things once we get to that point, or things like that. So yeah, it'll unlock a lot of cool stuff. Start collaborating on information architecture for the site is what we're doing now. And then we can start doing these things to define use cases, the goals for the site, which we've already been talking about. So kind of, we talked about at a high level, the kind of things that we do as C4C, and we talked about information centers, digital gardens, and regular content. And we have a number of different platforms like YouTube and our chat, our Discord, things like that. But our website can really start to be kind of that central place. Like if we need to share a link to somebody, we just do cardanoforclimate.com and people can get to all the information they need. So have it be our link tree, have it be our blog, have a calendar there of all of our meetings and events so people can just click and join and find things really easily. But it's also, to have a really good website, you have to think about your information architecture and how it's laid out. That might be a useful exercise, is if you were to go to the website, what would you be looking for as yourself, as an event organizer, as a new person coming on board, just wondering what it's about, or somebody wanting to get involved and finding more information about those kind of things. And it would be good to kind of map out those journeys to make sure that we make it as easy as possible. If you go to our website right now, it's really an advertisement for our Fund 7 challenge setting. So we should update it and resurrect it to be more of a tool for our community, I think. So this is kind of the conversation we're having around that. And just as a shout out, some of the inspiration for this is coming from the Little Fish Vault. And they have a really cool vault where they put all of their stuff, their white paper, their Catalyst funds and everything. So you can go through and find information on what they're doing. So we can do something similar. And yeah.
Yeah. I wonder what their process is of the sort of information architecture, because I think that really, once we have that set, it really can sort of easily flow, even if it's really basic. It's just like we change the website, because right now it's this advertisement. If we kind of just say, hey, look, here are basically like how that's done now is like with a link tree. It's just like, here's a repository of links. And so if we just had a section where you can just say, okay, here's our links, and that would be beneficial to a few different users. And then thinking of people that don't know Telegram or Discord, and they're just like, they just heard about C4C and maybe typed it into a Google search, and really sort of turning it into an onboarding in a funnel-y kind of way. It's like, oh yeah, like it's a catch, in a hub, that it can kind of distribute folks. And this was something, and this is something that that sort of intrigued me, was this idea of the info center, the working processes, and pop-up conversations. And that really, like in that information architecture, like, okay, what serves the role of the info center, and how can we get that on the website? Right now, it's resources and archive in our Google Drive. It's just like how we're doing it now, and then how it could be done, using the public facing website. Yeah. Like the info center, the working process, and the pop-up conversations. We may not want to have pop-up conversations on the website. That could still be in the like Telegram and Discord. But our working processes, I definitely think that we could at least say, hey, look, we do a bunch of active collaboration in our internal groups, and here's where you find them. You know what I mean? Like that's what the website could do. It's just like, look, this is how we see our organization, and yeah, make it a little more lively and integral, a part of the group, as opposed to just the sort of a flyer, which it still can be. Like we could have updated it for advertising for the Fund 9, and maybe that's what it could evolve into. But this is valuable conversation to do. Oh, I see. Yeah, like embedding some things into. That would be cool if you could like pinned tweet. I'm looking at the on the Miraboard Telegram widgets just popped in, and chat boxes and the iframes. So you could have like Telegram chats on a website. So someone logs into the website, and then you can display it. It would be cool to do like a pinned post, like all the pinned posts we know show up on some page on the website. That would be cool. Or like a special pin, like pinned to the website. That would be really cool.
Yeah, it looks like there are tools to do iframe Telegram chats in websites. So
it's so funny because iframes are such like a really bad part of the original websites, and but they've come back into popularity. This is the second or third time that I've heard about iframes. So that's kind of cool. It's kind of cool. I love website work. It's really the first thing that sort of got me fired up again about technology as opposed to games. And it's come back around where there's a real use case. Like we have a need for making that website go. Like I really think it could make an impact in our organization. Meaning bringing new people in. Sort of like a digital garden. Like it's expressed to the big world. It's like, okay, here are the topics and the roles and the functions and the processes that we set out. Like right now we're in a kind of a working meeting where we're if the public is here, like if someone's listening to it on YouTube, mostly there's somebody that is like catching up on the meeting or want to see for documentation. It's not really useful for someone that is just sort of a looky-loo or a new member. But the website could be that spot where we sort of showcase. It's like, oh, here's all the stuff that goes on.
And we can tell we're a year old now because our SSL certificate on the website expired yesterday.
Oh, nice.
So we're going to have to renew that. And,
can we put that down in the...
I think that's usually for free anyway by now, right?
Yeah, you just have to do it. So Jem runs our website. I'm not sure how it's hosted or what he's doing, so I'll just reach out to him. I put a task in to do that. And I can reach out to him.
I'm organizing some stuff on the Miro board. Be like, oh yeah, this could be. Not that. Okay. Nice. Any other? I'm mindful of the time. I'm looking down, and we're at the top of the hour. Any other things on website or next actions or things like renewing the SSL cert might be a thing to do. I don't know exactly how to begin or how to keep going. other than just, getting some access and starting. I guess we could map out what's there now and like mock up like in Figma or something. Figma is a design tool where you can kind of do like a website mock-up.
Yeah. Although we could probably just do it with stickies too, to say, here's the home page.
Yeah.
What are the sub pages that branch out from there, and start to map out. Like I think a good goal is to figure out, like we said, map out the user journeys, but who are the people that are likely to use our website and what do they want to get done? And
Yeah.
Figure out a way that makes it as easy as possible for each of those use cases.
Yeah.
Actually,
cool to display. Sorry.
Yeah, actually, maybe we can have a meeting about this, about who is our target group, because I think that's like a general marketing thing that we should do anyway, right?
Yeah, that's a good point.
Mm-hmm.
I was just gonna say it could be like a really cool place to like display like all the different like material we've created that other groups can repurpose, and then like just display like everything that kind of has been done through Cardano for Climate, and also show like partnerships and different cool stuff like that. And I think it should help bring more people into the community maybe too.
Reusable content, and that's part of our proposal. So that's another interesting thing, to align the proposal, like fit in alignment with the whole org. Like in the proposals, we've said things that we'll post publicly, and we're doing that through like YouTube and Twitter and things. But it might be cool to have a section in the website so that it, that can kind of curate that stuff. Yeah. Usable. And what was and then the partnership. See, I think C4C to me is partnership, connection and collaboration. And so really highlighting those partnerships on the first page. Because really, when we go to someplace, we just want to see ourselves. Not just, but it's so nice to recognize ourselves. So it's like, it's cool if you go there and you see, oh, look, there's the Catalyst School, or there's Little Fish, or there's Swarm, there's, or different people. Like we really should have like our, like, hey, we're active and in the community. Yeah.
Kind of like an About Us page with like
exactly, yeah,
like Newman, Nori,
yeah,
Simon,
yeah.
Yoram, yeah.
Like these are the people. Yeah, these are the people in your neighborhood. There's a reason why every website has an About Us page, because that's generally what people, that would be a use case. Like I'm new, I just heard about Cardano for Climate. Maybe I stopped in at a Wednesday meeting, and then I go to the website and I was like, oh, look, there's Nori and Yoram. I heard them at the meeting. There's Newman and Cole. They did a thing. There's Simon. There's Melanie. Like being able to recognize like the people. Like it should. I mean, people, in my opinion, want to see people. So like good amount of people, and the website does that now, really, with those videos, with like our voices in there, and then the partnerships, like really like good link, like here's the partner, here's what we do with them, this is how the partner, what the form of the partner takes, like Hanma. Like Hanma was very, very instrumental in the events and getting things together. And then we can kind of reminds us, it's like, oh yeah, look, they're our partners. What are they doing? What's, how can we help, and how can they help us? That sort of reciprocal, relational activity that's so important with community and network. And then, yeah, so there's something about alignment, you know, of like what, and I think it could be from like proposals. It's just like, okay, these are our proposals. This is where, these are our commitments to the community. And then like it really could be like monthly reports, because those monthly reports are public, and we can just say, hey, look, here's our status, you know, like here's what's going on and here's what we've done. It can be really anything. It's really can be pretty expansive. And then the idea of the digital garden, like materials that we develop or that evolve, and that we tend to, and that we harvest and share, like the fruits, you know, or the, you know, the produce. But then here's a question. So all that sort of fits in this sort of info center, but it's like, how do we do like working process? You know, I guess, you know, and a working process would be like an initiative, or I don't know, like building the website is a process, or planning and doing the events is a process, not necessarily a resource, but it is a project or an area of focus. And that, I mean, what would a user want to do or need to do through the website with an event? Well, they would want to come and see like, okay, when's the next event, right? So there's that sort of public facing part of the processes. Or how can I get involved? Like, I want to participate more. And that maybe, you know, it might be difficult to kind of like jump into the fray of the Telegram or Discord. But if they went to the website and they said, oh, the next event's coming up, and you can be a host or a breakout room, or you can monitor the chat, or you could do some social media, or create a graphic or a meme, like all the different roles and tasks, like how to participate. So that might be a user case, or yeah, like a persona or user use case. And or the working groups. And I guess it could be aligned through the proposals, like, hey, here's onboarding through events, and these are the roles, the people that are working on it. These are the milestones. You know, because that might be another persona or use case, like someone like thinking about voting or seeing some of our stuff out there and, you know, just forming an opinion. DREP stuff. I'm just talking out loud now.
Yeah, we do so much stuff. It's going to be good to get it organized and into some kind of way to gradually get people involved, because it's like it's a fire hose of things you could do. And I would love to map out that ski hill kind of idea. Like, these are the bunny hills and the blue runs. And then if you're really getting into it, here are the black diamond runs where you can really, really dive in and go deep.
Yep. And one, I'm going to write down, I'm going to put on here the ski hill metaphor. One thing that is an idea that I can share, like when one has like a reason, like the website becomes a reason to create stuff or to document things, you know, like, oh, look, there's a place for it. So it's like it sort of fits in my mind in the digital garden sort of thing. Like the reason why to write down like who's involved in a project is so that it can be posted onto the website, or that, you know, like, you know, that there's a place for stuff. Like if I think about the all that and what was the term that you just used, the deluge, or the, you know, there's just such a fire hose. So there's this huge fire hose of information, and that if we know that the website is thirsty for these bits of information, then we can kind of create a little flow, a mechanism, or a process to, like, you know, grab or siphon off, or to sort of divert some of that fire hose and into a nice little spot for it to sit, or for it to flow through gently, to kind of use that fire hose, or somehow get it useful, because right now it feels less useful, like fire hose is too much all at once, and it's kind of destructive. But if we can, you know, somehow make it rain, just beautiful rain that, like, really nourishes and is not destructive and kind of helps things grow. You know, fire hose is kind of destroying, like, the strip mine, or the placer mining, you know, where you shoot a heavy stream of water at the hillside and then sift out all the stuff.
Maybe we need some kind of, maybe like an onboarding PBL, where a C4C onboarding PBL, where we have some fixed material and videos you can watch, and you do an assignment, you chat, community comes in, we have people there to help you through, answer questions, and introduce all the different things slowly.
Yep.
I love it. And I connect it to the proposal of the onboarding survey, and also it's connected to the Ikigai onboarding, right? Somehow.
Yep.
Which can be also somehow attached to that through the website. Kind of, when you ask contact us, it could be contact us with your kind of Ikigai, right? Somehow, right? Tell us what you like. Tell us what you're good at. No, do you have the link for the Ikigai mirror of C4C, please? And I'm sorry, I'm asking you. My mirror was not active.
I can track it down. Let's see if I can.
Because what I finally did, just to let you know, and for me it's already Friday night, but I'm sending the report that I'm sending about the survey and all of that. I'm connecting it to the process we did with the Ikigai onboarding, and this is why we are delayed a little bit. And we are doing the Ikigai mirror board, and through that will come a survey. Basically, it's somehow connected between them. So I'm sharing all the information we did on the Ikigai.
I got it, Nori.
You got it? Okay.
Yeah, I got you.
It makes sense to you? So I'm sharing the information we did in the Ikigai, and we are basically preparing now, and we'll use on Fund 10 the survey and the model we want to do, and connecting it also to the Ikigai concept. Make sense?
That makes a lot of sense, actually. I'd love to.
And we were busy with that, so that's kind of how I connect both of them together.
And they do fit. I mean, they align completely. Like, you know, that is a way to get to good and effective onboarding, is to go through this Ikigai process.
Completely, yeah.
Yeah, it does. It fits in with the vision and philosophy of that proposal, for sure.
Okay, so the report is going out in 2 minutes. The monthly report, guys. I need to log off.
Take care, man. Thanks for sticking.
Yeah.
No.
Thank you.
No worries.
What a great day. Great work, everyone. Really, thank you.
Happy Friday, man. Happy Friday. Have a great night.
Thanks.
Happy Friday. Enjoy your weekend.
Bye. Bye, Simon. Bye.
Bye. And then, in the interest of the recording, I know that we started recording relatively late, so it shouldn't be too long. But do we want to wrap up ourselves? Want to keep going with?
Sure, we can maybe talk about next steps, because it'd be great to keep working. We can do it async. Maybe people can ponder things over the weekend and then hit it fresh next week. I think.
Yes, let's set up a meeting for next week. Is 14 UTC on Tuesday all right for you guys, or
Let me look.
Who is actually interested in like a marketing meeting? And I think yeah, personas was what we talked about earlier.
Yeah. Well, 14 UTC is like an hour before the core team meeting on Tuesday. Yeah, we could do that. That'd be fun. Okay, cool. You got it in the C4C calendar. Nice.
Yeah, but I can change it if another time is better.
Yeah, what do you think? That's good for me.
Yeah, I should be able to join then too, and I bet Yorm as well, because we have a 2-hour meeting before that, so that should be good.
Cool.
Okay. Yeah, I think I can make that as well. At least until daylight savings time hits.
Oh boy.
I heard in the US they got rid of that. Is that true? Like they completely got rid of it?
Something through the Senate. So once DST happens in the fall and then it flips again in the spring, it'll stay in the spring.
Oh, I see.
On that hour forever. So we're going through it. 2 more flips and then it's gone, apparently.
That makes sense. Wow. Okay.
Yeah. Oh man.
But yeah, when daylight saving time hits, I can no longer hit the 1400 UTC meetings. It'll become
it's just
6
it's just the middle of the night for you. You're like it's just cold. It's just dark.
Yeah.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, that fall back is a killer in the north. I don't know where I'm gonna be. I've got to figure out my fall and winter plan. Okay, let's shut down the recording. Say goodbye to our recorded friends, and then we'll either continue to work a little bit here, or wrap up all together. What do you guys think?
Yeah, I think it's good to wrap up here. We've been here for an hour and 20 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Any other next actions you guys have in mind, or otherwise I agree.
I just have to fully remember. I feel my brain like not like just into the week. It's a long week.
Yeah, let's call it let's call it weekend.
I'm just remembering on tape to do the onboarding events monthly report. I'm going to do that.
There's a lot of links. Where's the onboarding report or the monthly report link? Just so I don't miss it.
Let's see.
It's in the DWork.
Oh, sorry, my bad. That's where it was. Awesome.
On the task itself, I put the link in there.
Thank you so much. All right, I'll make sure I get that done before the end of the day.
And then here's this Google folder if you want to look at some of the reports from the past. Like there's just like a couple of like slideshows with some data, pictures of our social medias and whatnot.
Awesome. I'll add that in as well.
Yeah. I think it's a good one to do.
Perfect.
All right, I'm going to stop the recording. We'll say bye to everyone. Thanks everyone for attending.
Yeah, have a good day, guys. Speak soon. Have a lovely weekend.
Yeah.
All right.
Bye-bye.
Thanks,
everyone.
All right. Have a great weekend, everybody.